So a week ago, this 2005 Ford F-150 came in for a complete exterior. We polished it, we restored the trim, we made this thing look amazing for what it is. But it's back in for a maintenance wash on the outside, and we are going to be doing a full interior. But I definitely want to check out how the Vonixx Synergy Paint is doing on the paint and how the trim is also responding, as well as the wheels. So let's take a quick look before we wash it, and then we'll wash it and see what it looks like with this paint protection. And guys, if you're interested in these products, then check out the links down below. And if you go to Car Supply's warehouse, don't forget to use code Miranda10, you'll get 10% off. Now, like I said before, it's a 2005 F-150, it's a work truck, it stays outdoors. And even though it's only been a week, it's been through a ton of rain and who knows what else under trees. And it still looks glossy. It still looks really, really good. Now the trim we restored with Shine Supply's trim paint. Basically, it's just brushing on a paint on the trim. The paint is still incredibly glossy and looking incredible. Check out the trim back here. It looks really, really nice. Oh, a little bird poopy. So restoring the trim like that made a huge difference. Wheels and tires are actually still pretty clean. Even the tires still look nice with the dressing on them. Let's see what this looks like when we start washing it. That's impressive. It's really nice. Now the interior is all black carpet, black cloth. It definitely does need to be cleaned, and hopefully it doesn't take us too long in here. It's no disaster detail, just dusty, and everything needs to be vacuumed and brushed and cleaned. So yeah, that won't be too bad. And for shampoo, I'm going to use Armor Shampoo Plus. So the shampoo doesn't even want to stick onto the paint. This stuff is acting like a ceramic coating. That is impressive. That's the type of protection that I like. Oh man, the paint is so nice. So if you remember, the door jambs were really nasty, and we wiped them down and protected them with Shine Supply Punch It, I believe, which is a ceramic spray sealant. So yeah, they remain clean, and you just have to rinse them down. So now with everything washed, let's just take a quick look at the paint and the trim once again. And everything is looking incredibly well. I didn't have to deep clean the wheels at all. I basically just brushed the surfaces. The paint though is looking incredible. All the glass looking incredible. This is what a well-maintained vehicle should look like. As you can see, look at the tight beads. That is incredible. So in the midst of doing the full interior here, and the worst part is really this fabric. It's old, and what looks like possible stains, I think, is actually just wear into the fabric like this. You can't drill brush this. You can't really extract this too much. You're going to damage the foam. You don't want to get this oversaturated and wet. Not a good idea. Detailers, don't overdo things when you have damaged fabric like this. I see it all the time on YouTube, people oversaturating and extracting it, and yeah, it looks good in the surface, but you're causing other issues in the foam, other underlying issues that may not, you know, show themselves right away. So be careful, don't do that. And when it comes to this carpet, check this out. I've just been hand brushing this, and you can already see this is not lint or dog hair. This is the carpet actually starting to disintegrate and come apart. You have all these little fibers, these white fibers from underneath. It's like the underweave of the carpet. And if you keep drill brushing that, or even hand brushing it, we're gonna have some issues. We have a wear mark there. That is just carpet that's been smushed down and worn down as well. There's only so much we can do here. And I'm not gonna extract this. That just wouldn't be smart to do. We're dealing with old fabric, old carpet, and things are starting to disintegrate. So use caution when you are cleaning areas like this, because you can really mess things up if you just copy what you see on YouTube. As detailers, we need to problem solve, and we need to do things properly, and that means understanding fabrics and understanding the age and understanding what is worn and broken and not just dirty. So keep all of that in mind when you're cleaning older vehicles, or really any vehicle. Now, after you've done your cleaning and you still have this, you can just simply take a razor blade like this, cheap little razor blades, and gently shave away this fuzz here that is starting to disintegrate very, very gently. You're basically just shaving off the top and getting rid of that wispy fuzz that is starting to come apart from the underneath of the carpet. So that you can vacuum up. Don't go overboard. Do it as much as you need to make it look even and uniform. And then the rest of it, leave alone. Don't try to use your pet hair brushes, because that actually will pull it up even more so. You're trying to minimize that. You don't want to pull up any more of this. We're just shaving the top of it. So once you do that, it will look much better without compromising it too much, because it already is compromised, and we're trying to mitigate that damage. Go back over the area gently, vacuum it up, and it looks much better. There we go. I could probably go over it another few times in some little areas that I see, but I think overall that is looking much, much better. For old carpet, not bad. So now we're onto the driver's seat, and check this out. Look, pretty gross, right? We're using this Geon fabric cleaner. This stuff is our secret weapon for this type of fabric. So you can just clean the surface, drill brush it gently. We have the white drill brush. We're not going to drill brush that section there. It's too much, it's too damaged. But everything else we can. It's still in good shape. But we have the white bristled brush on the drill brush, and basically just gently agitate the area. And this stuff is like magic. It cleans the surface really well, doesn't draw up anything because we're not oversaturating it. We're just misting all the top surfaces. And another little secret weapon that Wifey figured out is using the glass cleaner from Stoner's. This kind of helps it evaporate quicker, and it also has some other cleaners in it as well. So if you need to add a little bit more in some areas, then do that. That's fine. Then just use a damp towel and a dry towel to mop it all up. And dry it as quickly as you can. If you have fans, put fans on it. Wow, that's awesome.
Way better.
Yep. She did it to that seat, which kind of looked the same as this. Looks way better.
That's the image.
So the interior is done, and check this out. This Geon stuff is just amazing. And of course, wifey is also amazing. Check this out. That stuff cleans up the fabric really, really well without having to steam it or extract it. It cleans all the surface grime, and that damp towel that she uses to kind of mop everything up, wring it out, and there's tons of gross, dirty water that comes out of that towel. So it's mopping it up. That seat was already done, and it looks incredible. The carpets look really, really nice. All the plastics are looking great. The whole back seat area, same thing. There wasn't a ton of staining on the seats. It was just very uneven looking and weirdness going on. And that stuff evens it all out. And yeah, it's still drying. It's not completely wet. I mean, it's not completely dry yet, but it's only the top surface. It wasn't soaking into the foam down below. So that makes things much easier to dry, much faster to dry, and it's safer to do that. Even on newer cars, even on vehicles that have staining in the fabric, do that first before you resort to steaming or even extracting, which does saturate. Steaming maybe not as much, but if you don't have a steamer, then this is a great option. And it works on the carpets as well. Now here's a dilemma for most detailers. Because of YouTube and social media and marketing and testing of products and all of that, people get confused. This already has a base layer of protection, which was this stuff right here was the base protection. One solid layer of this a week ago, and it's performing like a ceramic coating. And then this was put on the wheels. Now, the dilemma is, do we top it or not? Do we have to? Does it make a difference? Does it now cover over that layer and you don't see the hydrophobics, and the hydrophobics of whatever product you put on top of there is what you're going to see? And is that going to affect long-term durability? These are questions that a lot of detailers are confused about. Let me make it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Just put a topper on it. Because here's the reality of it. I'm probably not going to see this truck again. I only saw it this second time because he wanted the interior done, and we didn't do that the first time. That wasn't part of the package. And when he saw the outside, he basically wanted the inside done too, and it wasn't done at first. So he brought it back a week later, but it gave me an opportunity to see how the protection was doing, and everything is beating up great. This is a work truck. It sits outdoors. It's kind of beat on. It's old. Is the customer going to take care of it perfectly? I don't know. Does it matter? No, it really doesn't matter. But each time it's washed, if it's going to bead water, that's a good sign. Now, if you are a detailer and you are doing lots of initial details and perhaps you don't see the vehicle again for another 6 months or 12 months or 3 months, however long it is, and it's not on a maintenance program with you at all, you may worry. You may think to yourself, well, how do I know the protection is lasting? Don't worry about that. Don't sweat it. Don't concern yourself with that. If the customer is coming back every 6 months or every year and they're happy with your work, that is all that matters. Don't overthink it. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to find the best product for protection, because it's all relative. It does not matter. You have no way of controlling or no way of knowing how the vehicle is going to be maintained, so you're just driving yourself nuts. Don't be concerned about that. And even if you are maintaining a ceramic coating or a sealant or anything like that, as long as it is beading each time it comes back, as long as it's beading water and it's looking good and it's staying clean, then that's all that matters. That is all that matters. Do not worry about finding the best wax or sealant or coating. It's all relative. So what I'm going to do is just mist this towel with Vonixx Blend spray sealant. This is an SiO2 and carnauba based spray sealant. Great stuff as a standalone sealant, great as a topper because it does have SiO2 in it, so you can use it to top ceramic coatings. You can use it just as a maintenance topper for pretty much anything. Anything that is coming in to you and being maintained by you, No matter what type of protection is on it, this covers all the bases. Very, very light coat of it, and you are good to go. This stuff really does well as a topper on top of the blend all-in-one polish. I love topping that with this stuff. So super easy. You can go over all of the plastics. On glass, you might get a little smeariness, but that's okay. That will still protect the glass, and you can use a damp towel to kind of knock down the smeariness, and you're good to go. But I definitely suggest it as a topper for your maintenance details.